Hey guys, it's Courtney. So, listen, I wanted to come to you today and talk a little bit about thinning a wig. As you can see, I have got this girl on my wig stand, and she's got a lot of hair. This is actually, I believe, this is Urban Gypsy by Forever Young. And she's a cute wig and everything. She's got just like a little bit of wave at the top, and then I'll angle the camera down in a second, but it just kind of straightens out a little bit on the bottom. But if you can, it's just, it's so much hair. It is so much hair, and it's probably going to be too much hair for a lot of people. So I'm going to kind of remove a little bit of the density just to kind of make it a little bit more manageable for somebody. There's a couple of different tools that you can use for doing this. One, of course, is some thinning shears. They've got, you can see that they've got like the little teeth on them. That's one tool that you can use for thinning hair, your hair or your wigs. And then I've seen, and I've actually used, before I got the thinning shears, I've used this little tool right here. I've gotten this one at like a beauty supply store. It's really inexpensive. It's got some razor blades in it, but I'm just going to show you kind of how to use both of these to kind of achieve the same thing. So hang on just a second, and I'm going to get a better angle. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make some sections, but the one thing I want to say in the beginning is that when you're doing some thinning, you are never, ever, ever going to thin the hair that is on the top. It's always going to be hair that is, down here. And yeah, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull all of the top up that I want to get out of the way. And it is so thick. Oh my god. There we go. All right. Ooh, she is thick. All right. So I'm going to pull all of this up. Okay, and then we're just going to start in smaller little areas. So I'm going to actually section off some of the hair, and we're going to start on the right side. So I'll pull this out of my way as well. Oh, it's a lot. All right, so now I'm going to kind of just get started with this area here. Okay, I have a trash can down here because a lot of hair is going to come out, and I'm going to try to keep it from getting all over my floor. So, all right, so now that we have like a starting point, we're going to go ahead and we're going to gather some more hair so that we can kind of get the underside. Okay. Maybe go ahead right here and get, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but I just want to at least pull, this weft and the ones below it down. And we'll start on that. Okay. So the first thing that I want to do is I just want to get like a smaller section, okay? And I'm just going to start with kind of a smaller section, just comb through it. And I'll start with this tool right here. These are really easy to use. And one thing I do want to say is that when you're using these, don't ever start up here at the top of the weft. Let me see if I can bring this in a little bit closer. Okay, so now I got a little bit closer so you can see better. So what I'm going to do, you don't ever want to start at the top. You want to start no more than, I usually will take like my hand, and I'll at least go that far away from the scalp before I start. because honestly, a lot of the bulk is going to be, you know, lower, a little bit lower down, not directly up against, you know, the scalp, and definitely not at the bottom, but just kind of in that middle area. But anyway, you're just going to take this kind of like you would, because it's got teeth on it. You're just going to kind of comb through it. Okay. All right. And as you can see, it pulled off a whole lot of the hair. And then just kind of give it a comb through. If you want to do a little bit more, you can, you know, you can kind of go back through it, maybe a little bit lower. All right. And I mean, it's pulling off, you know, it's pulling out a good, you know, a good amount. And like I said, you're doing it in smaller sections. You don't want to, you want to do it a little bit at a time. You don't want to just like dive in and start doing a whole bunch, because you don't want to take too much away. Okay. So, so you can just kind of do that again with another smaller section. Let me move this. All right. So, oh, let me change that way you can see better. Okay. So about here down, I know you can't, I know you can't see the end because it's super long, but, I mean, it's pulling, it's cutting out a good amount of hair. Got a little tangle here. But anyway, so you can do that, or you can use the scissors, okay, the actual thinning shears. These are, you know, these are a little bit easier to use, in my opinion, but I've thinned out a ton of wigs with the other one as well. So anyway, I just usually get, you know, a small section. It doesn't have to be super thick, but it doesn't have to be teeny tiny either, like, you know, like that. And then what I like to do, just so you know, there's not any like hard lines, is you come in at kind of like an angle, like a weird angle kind of, and you do like a cut. Maybe come down here, do a cut, and down a little bit further. And let me grab this brush, and I'll brush through, and you can see how much hair was cut out of that. Okay. And then I'll do another little brush through, because sometimes there's some stragglers. You know, if that's not quite enough, you can go a little bit more. Like I said, go at like an angle, just so there's no like harsh lines. Okay. Maybe a little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, so what I end up doing is I like to kind of go all the way around at a certain, you know, if I pick like a certain weft that I want to kind of start at, I'll go all the way around. I'll pull all the hair up, and I'll just kind of do, you know, all around the head. And then I'll take like another section a little bit higher up. If I'm going to do all these, like I said, I'll pull all this up, and I'll do the same thing that I just did all the way around, okay? But then when I get done with that, okay, my original, like the top that I have pinned up, hang on, let me angle this. The very top of the head, like the crown and the bangs and all that I have pinned up, that's going to stay pinned up. But I'll come just a little bit lower than that, but above where I had originally started, and I'll start thinning out a little bit higher, okay? And then after I do all of that, you know, I take it all down, and I kind of look at it and see if it needs a little bit more, and if it needs a little bit more, then I'll just kind of sort of start over where I was, you know, maybe a weft or two above or below, just to kind of get like a different area. But I start low. Like I said, I start low down here, you know, then I'll go I don't know, 3 more wefts, 4 more wefts up, and start thinning at that level. And then I bring it all down and take a look at it. So anyway, I'm not going to make you sit and watch this because it's going to take a little bit, but I will give you a before and after so you can see what it looks like when I'm finished. All right. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you need me to clarify anything, just, let me know, and I'd be glad to. But yeah, so I hope you learned something, and I guess I'll see y'all in the next one. All right, bye.